And John, during the governor's nearly 25-minute speech this evening at the State House, he continuously circled back to the idea of togetherness and unity between the General Assembly and state officials and said if this isn't accomplished, the issues that have continuously plagued the Ocean State will continue to do so in the next few months or even years.
I'm proud to say that Rhode Island is ready.
A message of unity that rang true across multiple different statewide issues during the governor's State of the State address in front of the House, Senate, and other state officials, both local and national. McKee addressing the budget and the $1.2 billion in ARPA funding, planning to propose a broad tax relief plan for Rhode Islanders.
Let's start by reducing our sales tax to 6.85%, approximately $35 million a year of tax relief that is long overdue. Provide nearly $25 million of gas tax relief to Rhode Islanders over the next 2 years.
Noting energy tax rebates as well, the governor moved on to the housing crisis, vowing his budget will utilize the $90 million of funding the state holds to develop housing of all kinds.
39 projects have already been funded that are anticipated to create or preserve over 1,000 units of affordable housing. We need to keep our children here in Rhode Island.
With Education Commissioner Angelica Infante Green in the crowd, amidst dropping test scores statewide, the governor vowed to meet the Massachusetts level of education by the year 2030, particularly highlighting the state-run Providence School District and its rundown buildings.
Soon, Providence will have 50% of its students in new facilities, a tenfold increase from 2017.
But apart from the governor's vision for this session, he implored the General Assembly and state agencies to come together to no longer delay progress.
Let's go write our state's next chapter. Rhode Island is ready.
The governor is required to submit a proposed budget by the end of this month for the fiscal year that begins in July. So stick with ABC6 on air and online for continued coverage. For now, live in Providence, I'm Daniel Coates, ABC6 News.
Daniel, thank you. In the Republican response to Governor McKee's speech, Senate Minority Leader De La Cruz criticizing the governor's tax cut proposal for not going far enough, instead saying the state sales tax should be reduced to 5% and called for a tax surplus law, similar to what they have in Massachusetts, which recently required the state to send out refund checks to taxpayers. The senator also had plenty to say about the governor's handling of the housing crisis.
Just this past week, the governor's housing secretary had to resign when it was clear that he had no plan and no strategy to fix our housing crisis. And as a result of his poor choice in personnel, precious time was wasted. We shouldn't squander their surplus and ARPA funds on gimmicks, pet projects, and insider deals.
In her speech, Senator De La Cruz also called on the governor to give up the legal fight over truck tolls after a federal judge deemed them unconstitutional. The state is now challenging that ruling, something De La Cruz said is a waste of money.